Shiba Inus have seen a complete transformation. The greatest bombshell of the year was dropped by Donald Trump today, and nobody saw it coming. The control of Shiba Inus will now be abolished thanks to the nullification of a regulation that every crypto enthusiast hates. Experts are making assumptions. Will this be the final straw that causes Shiba Inus to lower their prices, or is it something else entirely? Okay, I'll try to clarify. Warning label with an asterisk exclamation point. For the entire Bitcoin industry, today is definitely a startling day. A huge statement was made by Donald Trump not long ago, and it is already causing a stir. A government regulation that was unpopular in the cryptocurrency industry would soon be eliminated, he said. After years of being a huge pain for investors, this rule appears to be finally going away. People were initially perplexed. How is this relevant to Shiba Inus at all? On the other hand, consider this. It might be related to it in every way. Eliminating this regulation may encourage a flood of new capital into Shiba Inus. But you know what? Shiba Inus is more than just a side project. Actually, it's positioned very well to reap the benefits of this. It's almost as if this was predetermined. At this very moment, something monumental is absolutely happening. Sure, we'll explain everything in great detail in a second. To start, today's Shiba Inus price was all over the place. This Trump announcement might be the reason. There was constant up and down movement in the pricing all day. But in the end, it turned out to be a positive day. And that, in and of itself, is inspiring the locals. Shiba Inus currently occupying a very significant position, according to one analyst. He claims that it is currently hovering. Ultimately, there is only one thing that all of this leads to. This Trump declaration has put Shiba Inus in strong position to make a move, as it finally has the victory in its possession. Perhaps we will see a significant increase in pricing, perhaps even shedding some of those elusive zeros that everyone is raving about. Additionally, Shiba Inus have a history of acting quickly following major upgrades. Indeed, this isn't your average day in the cryptocurrency market. The anticipation skyrocketed in an instant. People in the community and even some investors are getting out their calculators to try to figure out how many Shiba Inus would be required to achieve their $1 million goal. Everyone seems to be aiming toward that magical figure. Who could blame them, given all this excitement? Crypto basic researchers and even Changelly are predicting that Shiba Inus price could skyrocket by the year 2028's conclusion. Big Mike, an analyst, has already predicted that Shiba Inus might go even crazy in May. For quite some time, many have maintained the unrealistic expectation that their Shiba Inus satchel could one day fetch $1 million. Plus, they have been crunching the figures, you know. It would take almost 11 billion tokens to fulfill that $1 million fantasy, if Shiba Inus does reach that more modest long-term estimate. However, approximately $2 billion would be sufficient if it were to reach Big Mike's more ambitious objective. Sounds like a lot, but considering how cheap Shiba Inus are right now, it's actually quite feasible to make that type of investment. Getting your hands on that $11 billion would cost you little more than $100,000 right now. Not exactly a pickle, but it may become $1 million if the price reaches the expected level. You may secure $2 billion worth of tokens for less than $25 million, if you're aiming for the higher price forecast. If that daring prediction comes true, we're talking about an astronomically high return. Everyone is taking this Trump-driven momentum very seriously, and here is proof of it. However, let us pause and think about something before we become swept up in the excitement. The cryptocurrency community goes into a frenzy whenever a major announcement like this one from Trump comes out. When the fervor builds, tempers flare, and everyone is either incredibly bullish or rushing to get in. There is, however, a catch. At times like these, the Shiba people also make an appearance. Because of this, the Shiba Inus development team took action and sent out a statement to the community. Just a friendly reminder to stay vigilant and watchful. Lucy, the head marketing at Shiba Inus, tweeted about this very thing. Independent thought is crucial in the cryptocurrency industry, she emphasized. You should be independent and not rely on others for constant supervision. Because you put yourself at risk of being scammed the moment you assume someone else will guide you through everything. Lucy failed to apply the supercode. Crypto isn't a kid-friendly playground, she warned. It moves quickly, in a brutal manner, and yep, it doesn't apologize. You lose a lot of money because of that one slip-up. A lesson is learned, and it may be painful. No one owes you assistance, and that is the reality. It is not expected that anyone should provide you advice. Something real, but somewhat humorous, was even added by her. If you're still confused, that's okay. If necessary, launch your very own crypto-based kindergarten. While you're at it, don't con anyone. Just be yourself, always be asking questions, and never stop learning. This is a thrilling time, I must say. However, remain level-headed and rational. Maintain your wits, your safety, and your commitment to the journey. However, when viewed in the broader context, Shiba Inu's future appears more promising than before. Something monumental seems to be taking shape before our own eyes right now. What with all the announcements, updates, and ecosystem growth, as well as developments like this Trump news. Plus, it's not empty rhetoric. Lucy tweeted it recently herself. She assured me that Shiba Inu's doing okay. As soon as the reversal occurs, it will be swift. And yeah, take a look at the current state of affairs. When weighed against the project's real contributions, the current worth seems low. Some folks aren't paying attention because they're sleeping on it. Those that are, however, are able to foresee the impending disaster. They're keeping a close eye on how the signs align since Shiba Inu's isn't exactly a couch potato. It's growing, it's improving, it's changing. The Shiba Inu's community is still among the strongest. The team is actively developing new tools, technologies, and concepts, and the project itself is expanding. Plus, the weight of those outdated regulations has been lifted, so there is finally some breathing room. Though it may not appear explosive at the moment, the engine is warming up, energy is rising, and the groundwork is in place. When the change occurs, it may be the kind of event that people remember as the turning point in their lives. Shiba Inu's only just beginning, so don't put it off any longer.